Even more rioting and destruction yesterday at the City West Hotel in Dublin after the 10-year-old Irish girl was assaulted by an illegal migrant at an IPAS centre. That City West Hotel was bought, of course, during the summer at 140 million by the state to house over 2,000 illegal migrants from God knows where that are unvetted. Yesterday was more peaceful, but still 24 people got arrested and a few Gardaí hurt as well in the attacks. It turns out that the alleged migrant, the attacker, is a 26-year-old man and also a security guard that works at the IPAS centre, so completely abusing his authority as well. He should have been deported 8 months ago. A complete travesty. But before we get into that, breaking news as well from last night. Chaos erupting on Basin Lane in Dublin after 2 women were allegedly been assaulted by more illegal immigrants from IPAS centres. 2 more women, guys. It just keeps getting worse every single day. Obviously a clear link between crime, increasing crime, and mass illegal immigration. Locals barricaded the street, set fire to bins, and set off fireworks at the IPAS centre. Let's watch.
Are they arriving at James Street, folks? I don't know what these think they're gonna do, but the locals are very, very upset. And again, as I said before, rightly so.
Yeah.
IPAS centre after being smashed and set on fire, I think, up there. I don't know what happened.
Absolutely crazy stuff. Like, if you ask me, Dublin is basically in the midst of flipping a war, pretty much, because you have all these IPAS centres being brought in. This doesn't happen in the countryside. Like, where a few people live in the countryside, it doesn't really happen. But in the cities, they're getting destroyed. They're just bringing in this EU, UN mass illegal immigration into Ireland, and it's completely destroying the country, the culture, the heritage. There's just too many numbers of people. And like I said, the reports from last night, 2 women again injured in an assault. Like, it's just every day, guys. Every single day there's a new assault, there's a new attack, there's a new sexual assault. It's absolutely ridiculous. We don't know who these people are. They're unvetted. They're coming from places like Somalia that stabbed the Ukrainian kid. Somalia doesn't even have a running government. They don't even have a country, basically. Barely. So how you can vet these people? They could be coming from war-torn places where Al-Qaeda and ISIS are training them. We're talking about serious crime levels that are coming to Ireland. Basin Lane, obviously, as well, next to James's Street, as you can hear the guy saying, so kind of the same place with the IPAS centre located there, very heavily populated. God knows what's happening there. There's always massive amounts of people in the areas. City West as well, children-friendly place, you know, a lot of kids, a lot of families, apparently. So they're putting all these IPAS people from God knows where in beside these kids. What do you think is going to happen? You know, it's just a recipe for disaster, lads. Like, they're not integrated into society. They're put into a hostel themselves. It's unbelievable. They don't speak English. I mean, who's going to hire these people? Be realistic. Be realistic with it, guys. Getting back to the City West Hotel, last night was the 3rd night of protests. The community of City West, Sagart, has gathered for the 3rd night against the government-owned asylum centre in the City West Hotel. Like I said, there was a new update. The guy was a security guard. It's crazy to see that people with power, with authority now, are being given these jobs, given these roles, even though they had a deportation order. He's abusing his authority. He used his last few days to actually assault this young girl. It's disgusting. This 10-year-old Irish girl. The Irish women and children must feel very threatened in City West and Sagart, and nobody's protecting them. You know, if the Gardaí can't protect you, then who's protecting you from these men? Nobody's going to protect you. I'll just say it right now to all the Irish women and children. You can tell your kids, all you women, nobody's looking to protect you. Nobody. Unless there's some men in your village or in your family that are going to protect you, the Gardaí aren't going to protect you. They don't have the resources to protect you. You are on your own. If any criminal tries to steal you, sexually assault you, rob you, kidnap you, stab you, you're on your own. You have no protection now. You are in danger of your life every single day.
Please give us back our town. We want our town back. We want justice. We want justice for our children. Make city Western standards safe for children to walk in once again. Our children are not safe. Give us back our town. When we want justice. We want justice for the people of city Western standards and our children. Our children's safety is compromised. Give us back our town. Now we're going to get it by continuing a peaceful protest till we get our town back.
It's a high danger area now. This could happen anywhere. This guy sexually assaulted her in the entrance of the hotel. Who is going to step in there? Who would have stepped in? Nobody stepped in to actually help this young Irish girl. What happened, guys? Complete lack of care. TUSLA are also to blame. Also, the child protection services that should have been protecting the girl failed miserably. They kind of let her out their sight. They couldn't find her. Horrendous stuff. So last night, it was a peaceful protest. The first 2 nights of the protests were not peaceful, of course. And I can totally understand the people that were extremely upset. I mean, this could happen to anybody. It could be your child, your kid next. It's crazy stuff. But 17 people were charged with serious public order offences at City West. 24 people were arrested following hour-long standoff with Gardaí, whose members were directly struck with fireworks, stones and other debris on Wednesday evening, and 17 were charged and arrested. So 3 members of the Gardaí were injured and 2 were taken to hospital for medical treatment. And that's sad to see. People, obviously, you don't want anyone to see get injured. You have the Gardaí now protecting these IPAS people because they want to burn down the entire centre. These people shouldn't be here. I've said this before. You're setting up this sort of division between the people now. And I 100% believe that all IPAS centres should be closed down and all the people sent home, deported immediately. 5 male juveniles arrested over the course of the incident. 2 other men were arrested and been released without charge, with files being prepared for the DPP. During the course of Wednesday's night operation, Gardaí added 15 scooters and e-bikes were seized, and policing and security operations remain in place. Very obviously heavy-handed, quite heavy-handed. The Gardaí are taking people's property now. They stole Philip Dwyer's 2 phones yesterday, so he couldn't even report on the news tonight. It was crazy stuff. It says one Gardaí was hospitalized where he was struck on the head by a bottle, while the other sustained a shoulder injury. Hundreds of people gathered near the entrance of the housing hotel for asylum seekers in the area, the west of the capital on Wednesday. I would say thousands. It's a lot more than hundreds. I think it was like 2,000 people. It was absolutely packed, guys. So it was the 3rd night of demonstrations at the City West Hotel following alleged sexual assault on a 10-year-old girl in the vicinity of the hotel in the early hours of Monday morning. A 26-year-old man who cannot be named because of rules that apply to all sexual assault cases appeared in court on Tuesday, charged over the alleged incident. If he was in court, why didn't he get sentenced? Like, how the hell are they not just doing this quickly? These should be quick trials. Like, it's an open and shut case. The guy was caught there. They have him caught in the act. Maybe on CCTV. Has to be on CCTV. Because in the IPAS centers, the CCTV everywhere. How was he not prosecuted for this immediately? It's crazy stuff. And it's pretty upsetting as well. Jim O'Callaghan only wants to focus on the riots and the protests. But the thing is, what about the Irish public that are getting hurt daily by all these invaders that we don't know who the hell they are, what they're doing here? Like, what about that, guys? On top of it, innocent people were hit in these protests. They were pepper sprayed. They were hit over the head with batons. Here we have a man from the City West Hotel. 2 of the men arrested last night in Sagart speaking on TikTok Live moments ago. The Spanish man was stripped of his clothes and beaten with batons across his face and his head, while Dave was showing numerous wounds across his legs and arms. So this is from a TikTok Live. Someone was putting this up. A jacket was given to him moments after this, and his hands were injured so badly he was incapable of doing up the zip.
Oh, Mr. Number One, just look at your head. Look at right down to the chap's head. Look at that. Look at the lumps. Look at that fur lump there. Look at this. Show me your hands. Your hands okay? Show me your wrists. You little cuts. No fucking runner. What are we gonna do? He's after being stripped of everything. His push bike, his phone, Fucking clothes, everything. Everything. 2 phones he took on you. Jacket he took on him. His shoe. His bike. And all he was doing was just live streaming what was going on.
So yeah, if you're a journalist now, and journalists' rights are protected under EU law, what I'm doing here, what you guys do every single day on TikTok, on Instagram, it is protected under EU law. Like, you're allowed to be a citizen journalist. It's actually great. I want to see more people do it. And then, of course, the Irish media and the Irish politicians were completely calling everybody that were at those protests far right and crazy, when in reality, they're just voicing their concerns. People are concerned, very, very concerned about where the direction of Ireland is heading. Like, where are we heading as a nation here? Are we just going to be letting in all these people that are continually assaulting our own people? It just doesn't make any sense.
Across Europe and across the world, that Dublin is in the headlines for all the wrong reasons. It's reminiscent of what happened in Dublin in November 2023. So
it is reminiscent of what happened in Dublin on November 2023. The same thing, in my personal opinion. A stabbing of little kids. Now we have the sexual assault of little kids. It is reminiscent. You're correct. You're correct.
Just to be absolutely clear, it is completely legitimate for people to ask questions about our immigration system and our asylum system. But what's been happening in a very deliberate attempt by bad actors, by far-right actors, is to make a connection between those who are seeking asylum or those who are migrants in this country, and particularly men, and particularly men of brown skin, between that and criminality.
So he's trying to make it out like it's a racial thing. It's not, guys. If this was loads of random people coming from God knows where, Sweden, China, I wouldn't give a shit. I would say the exact same thing. I would say this is way too many people. This is people from God knows where. Why are these people coming into the country and doing nothing? They're living off the dole. You know, this isn't regular immigration, like I've said before, where a few people do certain jobs and whatever. But it's a population thing, guys. There's too many goddamn people, like.
And what happened last night was absolutely and completely unacceptable.
And I absolutely hate these politicians. They're so naive. He said, well, you're allowed to question the immigration system. No, you're not, guys. When we question the immigration system, the public, they say you have no right to who gets to live beside you. But if you go for planning permission, you can object. Like, if I was to set up planning permission on my road here, the whole village could object. Everybody from Ireland could object to this one house here. But if it's an IPAS centre, they're above the law. We have planning permission in this country. Who gets to flip and be in accommodation next to you? But when it comes to mass illegal immigration, you don't. You don't have any rights when it comes to that. They told us, you have no right to get to choose who lives here and who doesn't live here. They told us we cannot question anything about immigration. And not only that, but if you question immigration in any way, or mass illegal immigration, even if you do it in a professional manner, like I try to do it, you still get labeled as this far-right lunatic that doesn't believe in anything and this kind of stuff. Like, it's just, you immediately become the social pariah. Like, it's just absolutely crazy. Not only is it just a actually illegal thing where you're not allowed to question it, we're not allowed to, like, file lawsuits against the state to say we don't want these people living here, but also you become a social outcast. Like, it's just absolutely bizarre stuff, like this crazy stuff. And of course, the stupid mainstream media, RTE, were in City West yesterday to ask people what they thought of the protests this week. Bear in mind, guys, they spoke to one Irish person and they spoke to 3 foreigners, Indian, German, and Spanish.
They're coming in here, and bar that, what happened to that little girl is absolutely awful. I have a 14-year-old daughter myself, and I do not, I can't express enough how much the community is and pulling together up there. Even though things are gone bad up there, what did the Irish government expect?
So we were actually, panic struck by seeing all those incidents that are happening here. Last night, we could see helicopters rounding around the apartments and people were running through closed tracks. I don't know what's happening. Actually, we are so much frightened to get out.
Everybody's citizens' right to express their anger and their frustration and so on, but I have full support for the police. I'm normally lefty. I'm not somebody who is for law and order, also I'm from Germany, but I find the police has to be really backed up because that goes completely out of range and it doesn't resolve the problem.
So I live near, so my friend said to me, next to your home happened something, and for me it was like a really shock.
So only the Irish guy was concerned about the Irish girl, 10-year-old, getting sexually assaulted. Like, nobody else knew what the hell was going on. They just asked random people. Only the Irish guy actually knew what was going on. That's why he was concerned. If they asked those 3 people, oh, hey, by the way, a 10-year-old got sexually assaulted by a security guard that's from flipping God knows where, you know, could be flipping ISIS member, who the hell knows, then they would have a change of heart for sure. But they didn't know what was going on, of course. The Irish guy said, what did they expect was going to happen? Of course, what did they expect was going to happen? We have a video here that the Irish government should know what is expected to happen if they keep pushing the Irish public.
Don't wake them up.
Yeah.
Because they come
conquered the
alive.
world. Yeah.
That small island of pale people conquered the fucking world.
Yeah.
Don't be like, because I think that there's the Irish too. Like, you be careful now.
Same thing.
Be careful
Yeah.
because they're very comfortable in a couple situations. They come alive, and when it comes to soccer, i.e., football,
And fist fights.
and fucking war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fist fights.
Correct, sir.
Just a long history of warriors
And
out of
they'll
both
knife you.
Ireland and
Yeah.
the UK.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. Joe Rogan and Brian Callen are absolutely correct. You know, long history of warriors here in Ireland. Scottish, English, Irish, Welsh. It feels to me like people are standing together a little bit now. You know, it feels like we have bigger issues at hand. You know, the sort of issues between the North and stuff, although it's important, you know, to have a full reclaimed Ireland, okay, of 32 counties, now it almost seems like the entire of the Western Europe is coming alive, guys. Like, the entire UK and the Republic of Ireland is now, like, waking up to this crazy shit. We're like, hey, wait a second, what's going on here? Because we've been bickering for so long ourselves, fighting amongst ourselves so much. What happens when the fight goes towards and outwards? Oh man, it's going to be like hell. Let me know your thoughts. If you want to support me, hit the join link underneath the video. Become a member today so I can support you guys, push back against the Irish mainstream media and the woke Irish government. I love you guys all. Get out and vote today, and I'll see you in the next one, man. Peace.